Hello, dear friends. A sign is an immaterial indication or sample of something, a warning that is communicated or given in whatever way, or a prodigy of or something extraordinary outside the natural order. Opinion piece, signs, homesickness, parable of the fig tree, new harmonic timeline. The world is not ending. Signs of the end of times. We will see the prophecies. October represents the end. The solar storm diminishes. Everything is broadcast live. Prophecy about Canary Islands. Is there an October surprise coming? It's useful to pay attention to personal signs. Let's start. Apocalyptic signs refer to events and conditions that indicate the approach of the last days, such as evil, materialism, lack of solidarity, betrayal and hatred, political corruption, evil and unjust actions, wars and rumors of war, nations against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, earthquakes and natural disasters in various parts of the world, hunger and epidemics, environmental destruction, increased crime, persecution of the children of light, appearance of false prophets, and social and family decomposition. These signs would indicate the end of times and hope in the second coming, although no one knows the day or the hour. And there are many who are destined to be on different timelines, including here and in this realm of now. However, because of free will, they ponder and delay, often not noticing nudges and gentle signs, says Kesharas. After a certain amount of time passes, Spirit decides to step in and give you a push, and you find yourself in a new job, blessed with abundance, new friends, love, and home, etc. Sometimes drastic measures are taken to let the individual know that it is time to move on, to change their thought patterns and take a leap of faith. So, instead of finding a bird feather in the grass, you may drop something on your head or get hit by your cat. It is helpful to pay attention to the signs when things are not going well or something seems to be going the way you expected. Your guides and higher self may be trying to redirect your attention. Paragraphs. The world is not ending. What is ending is the darkness of the world, says Kesharas. All the lower energy that no longer serves humanity must be transmuted and released as humanity awakens from the nightmare and enters a reality undreamed of by most. Be patient and keep your heart centered. You are in the final days of a struggle and imbalance. What awaits you is a whole new world and the beginning of love, peace, prosperity, and unity. You are made of the same light and love that the planets and stars are made of. You are eternally connected. You exchange energy continuously. You have an impact on each other, positive or negative. The receiver decides. Day and night play together, says Kesharas. We give up everything as starseeds to be of service to Mother Earth and their inhabitants. But sometimes the longing for home, true freedom, and the star family is felt deep within. Kesharas adds that as we transition into a new harmonious timeline, we become more aware of the bifurcation of time we are experiencing, says Natalia Alba. She adds that we are witnessing the end of the old days during these last 3 months of the year. Everything within creation gradually leads us to renewal and a new phase of liberation and reconnection, helping us to disconnect from the 3D plane and align ourselves with the dimensions of the soul. October is a month that represents the completion and transcendence of everything we have previously experienced, retaining only the wisdom of the path we have traveled. Prophecies. According to Anonymous Coward, the Book of Enoch and the prophecies of the Old and New Testaments state that the Canary Islands would be the place where everything would begin to end. But this is only a personal opinion. This is the generation that will witness the fulfillment of all prophecies live and direct. The parable of the fig tree is a great example of how we know when we see all things with computers and smartphones. We are told that when it is spring and we see the buds on a tree, we know what season it is. Likewise, this is how we will recognize the end. We will see and know that it is the end of time. Luke 21:29-32. Look at the fig tree and all the trees, all the nations. When you see buds on a tree, you know that summer is near. It is the same way when you see everything in real time. Everything is being broadcast live today. Space weather. The Northern Lights have arrived in Chihuahua, Mexico. On the night of October 10-11, auroras descended into the tropics. The spectacle was photographed from the beach in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. The severe geomagnetic storm had begun on October 10th, it's subsiding. Storm levels have dropped from severe G4 to mild G1. During the storm, auroras appeared in almost every state, as far south as Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, and Southern California. Quiet weekend. Earth's magnetic field is calming down after a full day of severe geomagnetic storms on October 11th. Auroras are likely this weekend, and even if the sun were to launch another coronal mass ejection in our direction, it wouldn't arrive until Monday. Pearls. The world needs sharp, intelligent observers. Discerning angels need. Please be nice to people. It's the most basic thing. Everything goes better when people are nice to each other. God created you for a purpose. You must understand what that purpose is and then act on it before you come back and be held accountable. According to Michael Baxter, the white and red hats have put aside their ideological differences and united to fight a familiar enemy for emergency management. According to Rob Smith, they may be skilled and expert manipulators, but they are not very smart. They forgot to take into account the divine will, as always. Spiritual Impatience by Neil Donald Walsh. Contentment is a great state. Many people spend their entire lives trying to be there. Getting to contentment is more than enough for a lifetime. It is an extraordinary achievement, and most people fail to achieve it. According to Natalie Alba, the battle against freedom is a constant. Non-benevolent tactics to keep infusing reversals, insertions, and many other tools to create more fragmentation in the soul, mind, and spirit. Because when you control that, you control minds and power. Behind chaos hide many of these setbacks to continue keeping you small, limited, and distracted. Look beyond everything that is happening and be aware of where you put your attention, for it is the most powerful tool you have to see the truth. Why is Gisera necessary? Planet Earth and humanity are experiencing the Great Shift in Consciousness, also known as Ascension or the Great Awakening into Unity Consciousness. Mother Earth is becoming a sacred planet again and is taking the entire human population with her. It is a golden age beyond our wildest imagination. The forces of light have been tasked by the Creator to end the deception and help humankind and Mother Earth align the goals of the Great Shift in Consciousness. Economy. The West is sacrificing its economy to support Ukraine, analysts says. New feudal system. The Davos Forum wants to forcibly impose profound changes in 200 areas of human life by 2030. China's finance minister says there is room for more economic stimulus but offers no plan. Russia increases its oil and gas revenues by 50% despite sanctions pressure from the West. India has decided to go against its BRICS allies by refusing to follow the de-dollarization agenda. It will only use local currencies when necessary. An energy problem is looming that 90% of the population is not aware of. Electricity is rationed. If you were given a ration card, you would understand. Europe. A senior European official predicts a trade war with China due to its economic boom. The UK Fire Brigade warns that the sun is very dangerous and that sunlight is causing fires. Are you sure? Leaders of 9 southern European countries pledged to support the Lebanese army to stop the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. Spain summons the head of the Israeli embassy after the attacks against the UN bases in Lebanon, which have left 4 peacekeepers injured. A new study solves the mystery of Christopher Columbus' origins and resting place. He is buried in the Cathedral of Seville, USA. Biden demands that we stop talking about weather weapons. Excuse me? Tennessee is saved from an apocalyptic war thanks to a historic law that prohibits weather manipulation, according to Sorchaval. Why are houses built with wood and cardboard in the US? Even in third world countries, houses are built with bricks and concrete, and there are no tornadoes there. Insurance losses from Hurricane Milton could reach $60 billion, the highest since 2022, according to Fitch. All technology is being used to help remotely after the Helen accident. The radio amateurs do it voluntarily and have no financial interest according to the law. They are true anonymous heroes. One can be thousands of miles away from the affected area and be able to hear a wake radio station calling for help, while those much closer cannot. CBS returns to the old style of censorship, with a new department that approves news before allowing it to be broadcast. Tesla presents its robotaxi, the Robovan, and its humanoid robot. According to Elon Musk, we will all be able to have our own robot companion at some point. Tesla has presented its new robot, Optimus, capable of maintaining a normal conversation with a human being. Optimus can walk, wave, etc. Kennedy to play leadership role on Trump and at the transition team, according to Adam Gary. If Trump wins, RFK Jr. will occupy an unprecedented position as an independent policymaker and leader in a Republican administration. Americas. Uncertainty about what Mexico's economy will be like with Sheinbaum, says an expert. Gustavo Petro confirms rescue of 6 Colombian women who were kidnapped in Veracruz, Mexico. Argentina completes the reversal of its northern gas pipeline, 2 phases of exporting gas to Brazil. Inflation in Argentina falls by 3.5% monthly in September, 7/10 less than what was recorded in August. Argentina's country risk has fallen in September to its lowest level in recent years. It is the best financial moment of Milei's first year, but there is still a lot of poverty created by previous governments, unfortunately. 4 out of 10 popular neighborhoods in Argentina exposed to environmental risks, according to NGOs. Argentina enthusiastic about the announcement of the UK to cede Chagos to Mauritius. Panamanian president announces house-to-house plan to fight gangs. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.